All right, so good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you all. According to your time location, it's another wonderful evening, and we are about to start our presentation. So I'm sure you can all hear me loud and clear. We are about 97 in numbers now, and yeah, we are starting. We are starting. So before we start, I think about 97 in numbers. Okay, so before we start, let's do this little exercise. Before we start, about 96 people in numbers now. I want to know where you are joining from. I want to know where you are joining from. So mention your name and where you are joining from. Before you start, I want to know where you are joining from. So mention your name and where you are joining from. Your name and where you are joining from. Okay. So you mention your name, then where you are joining from. Okay. So we have Gonza from Uganda, and then Ability from Nigeria. We also have Paul Abino from South Sudan. Eunice from Kenya, that is my upline. Okay, so we have Wandros from Kenya. We also have Charles from Ghana. Okay, so Jason from Uganda. You have Danny Alvas from Uganda. Amasia from Uganda. Janet from Uganda. Caleb from Uganda. Portia from Ghana. Tis from Nigeria. Wow. Okay, so we have Prince from Dubai. And then also Beringi from Uganda. Wow, that is so amazing. So we have Florence from Uganda. And then also Flower from Uganda. Wow, so joining from Nigeria, that is okay. So with the kids, we have Kevin from Ghana, Mavis from Ghana, we have Inyan from Ghana, Mike from Uganda, Julius from Masaka. Wow. So we also have Lionel Makomesi from Kenya. We also have Alexis from Burundi. So that is Burundi, right? Okay, that is so interesting. Okay, we also have Joachim from Uganda, Alfonso from USA. Okay, we also have Matthew from Dubai, Beatrice from Cameroon. Okay, we also have Monica from Kenya, Moses from Uganda. Wow. So Shamis from Dubai, and then also Edward from Dubai, and then Crypto Don from Uganda. So Crypto Don, you are from Uganda, right? Okay, so Nelson from Uganda. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is so amazing. I think it's so interesting for me to meet you across the globe from different parts of the world, meeting here this evening to get knowledge and also impact different skills upon ourselves for us to embark on this crypto journey. It is so interesting. We also have Rahel from Kenya, Rosie from Uganda, and then also Steven from Kampala. Okay, so Kampala from where? Uganda, right? Okay, so we have Iganga from Uganda, then also Marino from Federal Republic of Ambazonia. That is which country is that? Which country is Ambazonia? Which country is that? Is it from Uganda? Okay, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is so amazing. That is so amazing. So, we are starting right away. We are not going to waste my time. And this evening lesson is going to be so interesting. We are going to learn a lot of things here this evening. And I encourage you that share the link with all your downlines for them to join us so that we can start as soon as possible. Okay, so we have Harriet Sue from Uganda. So we have Chief Abdul from United States of Nigeria. That is so interesting. All right, guys. That is so amazing. So I welcome you all to this evening's presentation. I welcome you all to this evening's presentation. So, like I'm saying, we are going to start right away. So you are from Southern Cameroon, right? That is fine. Okay. So we also have Mambo from Kampala, Uganda. Okay, that is so amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We also have Sam from Uganda. Sam from Uganda. We also have Sam from Uganda. That is so amazing, ladies and gentlemen. So keep sharing the link with your team members, your downline. Let them join us so that we can start. You see, it is so interesting to see um the way people are making money, the way people are making profit here is so amazing. We also have Desmond from Ghana. Wow, that is so interesting. All right, so without wasting my time, it's time. And I'm also Brother Emmanuel. Okay, I'm Brother Emmanuel from Ghana, Accra to be precise. From Ghana, Accra to be precise. So we also have Ziwonu from Hohoi, that is Ghana. Okay, that is good. That is so interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to waste my time. We are starting. So, for the sake of those who don't know me, I'm also Brother Emmanuel from Ghana. Okay, That is Accra to be precise. All right. So okay. So we have Casca 64 from Moldova. Moldova. Okay, Precious from Nigeria. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, um, without wasting my time, let's start. Let's start the journey. Let's start the journey. Let's start the journey. All right. I'm so enthusiastic and I'm happy. I'm thrilled. In fact, I'm bangwa bangwa to see the bangwa bangwa result that a lot of people are having in the crypto market using Royal Kill. This is so amazing. The futures market. Eh? Just so amazing to see the banga profit that a lot of people are making. Hmm? Okay, so we also have Whisper from Kenya. Okay, Samas from Ghana. Wow. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is we are here for an interesting lesson. So we also have Peter Kelly from Ghana, and then also Muginyi from Uganda. All right, all right, all right. All right. Okay. So Eric from Uganda. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, now we are here for an important business. We are here for an important business. We are here for an important business. And I urge you to pay attention. I urge you to prepare. And also, before we start, I'll also let you to pardon me. Today is Friday, and as mostly I usually normally do that on every Friday, I normally go out and one of my usual. So pardon me in case maybe you hear of a little background noise. Pardon me for that. All right, but that wouldn't stop us from not learning or progressing to receive the necessary knowledge that we need to receive this evening. So we are starting right away. We are starting right away. So now, like I said, I'm happy seeing a lot of people making profits using the Bangwa Bangwa strategy. Hmm? Using the Bangwa Bangwa strategy to make profit. And this is so amazing. This is so amazing. Wow. 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 All right, so let's start. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see, embarking on the futures journey comes with a fixed mind, a mind that is flexible to change, a mind that is willing to change and size opportunities. And ever since we started trading on the futures markets, we've seen a move and waves in the markets and how progress is being made. But yes, I see other people too using this market as a tool to complain, which is quite unfortunate. And one thing that I will always continue to tell traders or motivate people is that now, don't need special motivation from anyone, but sometimes you need to face the reality, you need to understand the realities, and you need to know and believe in one thing that change is real. Change is what is real. Change is real. Yes, change is real. And whenever there is a change, you should prepare yourself to meet and embrace change. Whenever there is change, you should prepare yourself to meet and endure, embrace change. Now, listen, why did we intend to trade on the futures market in addition to the sports market? We are not stopping trading on the sports market. Pay attention and listen to me very carefully. We are not trading on the no, we are not stopping or quitting trading on the sports market. We are trading both on the sports market and then on the futures market. Don't you receive signals on the sports market? You do. Don't you receive signals on the sports market? You do. They should tell you that we are progressing, okay? We are evolving to change. We are responding to change and adding change and progress to our lives. Do you get me? So we are sizing opportunities by adding the futures market, our trading. We are sizing opportunities by adding the futures market to our what? To our trading. Now, change is important. And anytime change happens, we will be part of change. It's either you are observing change or you are being part of change. Listen, it's either you are observing change or you are being part of what? Being part of change. So if you just don't want to observe change, then you need to be part of change. That is the ideal game. If you don't want to be part, if you don't want to just be observing change, you need to be part of what? Part of change. But the thing is that the thing is that I've seen a lot of people. It's either you don't understand or you are being too fearful to make a decision by also entering into the futures market and then sizing profits in the futures market as other people are doing. In as much as we are also sizing profits in the futures market, there are a lot of things that this evening I'm going to make them clear to you for you to learn and understand them. And after being able to understand them, know how to position yourself to maximize more profit in the market, whereby maximizing profits in the market, also applying proper risk control, right? Good. So now this evening, let me know. Okay. So before we proceed, let me know. Let me know something. If I'm loud and clear, if I'm loud and clear, you can hear me. Give me one in the chat. If I'm loud and clear and you can hear me, give me one in the chat. If I'm loud and clear and you can hear me, give me one in the chat. All right. All right. That is good. Give me one in the chat. If I'm loud and clear, you can hear me. Give me one in the chat. Yes, my screen is not shared yet. My screen is not shared yet. You need this information more than my screen. Listen, you need this information more than my screen. Hmm? You need this information more than my screen. So pay attention to the information that is going to be shared. Pay attention to the information that is going to be shared. You need this information more than my screen. You know, let me tell you one thing. There are unlimited opportunities in the market. Listen, there are unlimited opportunities in the market using Royal Kill. There are unlimited opportunities in the market using Royal Kill. The possibilities in the market are unlimited. The possibilities in the market are what? They are unlimited. If you believe you can do it using this, sizing these opportunities, of course, you can do. In either way, if you believe you cannot do it the same way, probability is right, and that is you cannot do it. So, one thing that I want you to get it clear this evening is that the possibilities in the market are unlimited, and you can only size these opportunities by having a positive mindset. Okay, by having a positive mindset. So, this evening, one, I'm going to talk to you that I've run speed in the market, gaining profits. Two, I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to discuss something about someone who is afraid of being liquidated in the market. And also someone who is afraid of entering into the market, or that is on the futures market. Okay. So pay attention to me very carefully this evening. Pay attention to me this evening. Now, a lot of people have been jumping. A lot of people are making profit in the market, but I've observed few things. People are making profits in the market, and I've observed few things in the market, of which I'm not going to rush. I'm going to take my time to have this interesting conversation with you, this lesson with you. Okay. Now, you've traded on the sports market. You've seen how good the sports market is. You've experienced how the in and out market on the sports market. You are also trading on the futures market. By God's grace, you are making profit. It's good. You are seeing the progress. You are seeing the ups and downs in the market. But you know, some of you, a lot of people are, some of you or some people are too negative when it comes to making money. Some people are too negative when it comes to making money. So this evening, permit me to talk about one thing, few things that you need to know and understand them in the market. Okay? You need to know and understand them in the market. It's very simple. So, one, you need to understand the psychology of being a good trader, advancing in the futures market. You need to understand the psychology of being a good trader, advancing in the futures market. Pay attention. I said I'm talking to two categories of people in this lesson. One, those who have already entered in the market and are making profits. Two, those who are afraid of entering into the market because of liquidation. So stop asking me what is liquidation. Listen, some of you have already entered in the market. You are making good profits, but there is one thing that you lack. There is one thing that you lack. And if you don't understand this, or if you don't learn to know this, you will make good money in the market and yet you return back to complain all the time. You make good profit in the market and yet you return back to complain. And if you want to be making profit consistent, maximizing good profit in the market, you need to pay attention and listen to what we are come to share this evening, right? Now, I said the first thing that I'm going to talk about is your psychology, your understanding in the futures market, your understanding of trading on the futures market, your understanding of trading in the futures market. Now, one thing that I've come to realize is that you see, a lot of people come into this market or trade on the futures market or trade in the first place without not knowing what actually you want. Do you get it? A lot of people trade in the market without knowing what actually they want in the market. Now, before you even start to trade, do you ask yourself what do you want before you enter in the market? Actually, do you want before you enter into the market? This is one of the major problems a lot of people face. So you enter into the market, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know the profit that you want to target in a day. You just enter into the market. You jump into the market to do anything. Now you overdose with profit and you begin to blow your account. You overdose with profits and you begin to blow your account. You see, you need to understand the common terms and common ways of maximizing profit in the market. So you just join the market, you don't even know what you want. The first thing that you need to know is you know what you want before you enter into the market. Know what you want before you enter into the market. This is the first principle of trading on the futures market, even trading in the first place. Know what you want before you enter into the market. If you don't know what you want, you can never get anything in the market. If you don't know what you want, you can never get anything in the market because a lot of people think trading is not just about making money. No, trading is not just about making money, it's about knowing what you want and going for it. Knowing what you want and going for it. Eh? So you enter into the market. You don't know what you want. What do you want? When I ask what do you want, now you need to first ask yourself this question: what do I want in the market? You want more wins. How many wins do I want in the market this evening or today or this week? If I'm able to win 5 trades, trading is not about the money, but it is about the possibility of winning. What are the possibilities? So if you can count more possibilities of making winning in the market, you are free to go. Now, do you know how fast you can win in the market? Hmm? Know what you want. So after spotting what you want, that is when you can go after what you want. The reason why some people get liquidated. Listen, before I'll even proceed to what do we mean by liquidation, the reason why some people get liquidated in this market is because they don't know what they want. So they continue to make the profits, continue to trade and trade until they realize that they've blown their accounts. Hmm? Until you realize that you've blown your account because you don't even have any targets to achieve in the market. Because you don't even have any target to achieve in the market. You need to set a clear target for yourself. What do you want to achieve today? How often do I want to win trades? Because what you need to make it clear in your goal, in your mindset, is that in the futures market, the possibility of winning is not 100%, but definitely your possibility of winning should be recount or recurring more than your possibilities of losing. And that is what we've been doing in Royal Kill. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? You see, you are not here to win all trades. Listen, you are not here to win all trades, but you are here to win more trades. Listen, are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? I want to make sure you understand this evening lesson very well so that you can become the best version of yourself as a good trader. So that you can become the best version of yourself as a good trader. Listen, when it comes to trading on the futures market, you are not there to win all trades. Listen, you are not there to win all trades, but yet you are there to win more trade. That is the idea. You are there to win more trade. So get to know what you want first. Get to know what you want. After knowing what you want, that is when you can go for it. After knowing what you want, that is when you can do it. You can go for it. Now, the next question that you need to ask yourself as you trade on the futures market is, what type of risk taker are you? Or know the type of risk you can take. Know the type of risk you can take. Know the type of risk you can do what you can take. So you need to ask yourself, what type of risk taker am I? Hmm? What type of risk taker am I? Now, there are three forms of risk taking in trading. Okay, there are three forms of risk taking in trading. Listen, there are three forms of risk taking in trading. Jeff, listen, you are here to listen to me. Hmm? You are not here to watch my screen. You are here to listen to me. You are not here to watch my screen. So just listen to what I'm sharing with you. There are three forms of risk taking or risk taking in the market that you need to know. Now, we may have different forms of traders. We may have different forms of what? Uh, we may have different forms of traders in the market. Listen, we may have different forms of traders. Listen to me. We may have different forms of traders. And when it comes to these different forms of traders, we have three main categories. Okay, we have three main categories to which you are familiar with. The first one, the first form of trader is called a radical trader. A radical trader. The second one is what is a conservative trader. Conservative trader. And then the third one is steady. A steady trader. So the first thing that you need to know is you need to know the type of risk you can take. Listen, you need to know the type of risk you can take as a trader. The fact that someone is trading and then making $100 doesn't mean that you should also go and trade and make $100. Listen to me. The fact that someone is trading and making $100 a day doesn't mean that you should also force to trade and make $100 a day. The fact that someone is trading and making $3 a day doesn't mean that you should also go and trade and make $3 a day. You should know the type of risk you can take. Am I communicating to someone? Am I communicating to someone? Am I communicating to someone? You should know the type of risk you can take. Am I communicating to someone? Am I communicating to someone? Am I communicating to someone here? Very good. Very good. Listen, you should know the type of risk you can take. Now, when we say someone is a radical trader, who is a radical trader? When we say someone is a radical trader, who is a radical trader? Listen, when it comes to crypto ambassadors, listen to me. When it comes to crypto ambassadors, our mission is not to put food in your mouth. Our mission is not to put food in your mouth. Our mission is to teach you how you can trade or how you can eat on your own. Listen, our mission is to teach you how you can eat on your own. That is by becoming a good trader on your own, making special or good decisions on your own with your own capital. Hmm? Making good decisions on your own with your own capital. It is your own money that you are using to trade. So why do you want to follow the rules of other people's risk? Hmm? It is your own money. You knew how you managed to get that money to trade. If you want to borrow that money, I don't know. If someone dash you that money, I don't know. So if you just want to follow someone because someone is making $100, so you too also want to force and make $100, you see, it doesn't make any sense. Do you get me? You know the reason why you are trading. You know what you want. So instead of you to take time to get what the result you want, because someone is using $100 to make maybe $1,000, or maybe $200, or maybe $50, or maybe $10, you also want to use the same strategy. You also want to find yourself in the same shoe. Meanwhile, we wear different shoes with different challenges. So if you cannot identify the type of risk you can find yourself being, you see, you will always find yourself in trouble. You will always find yourself in trouble. You get me? So first, you need to understand when we say someone is a radical trader, this person is an aggressive trader. This person don't care what is going to happen to his funds much. He doesn't care much about that. All what he cares is entering into the market aggressively and finding possible ways he can double and multiply his money within a short period of time. Do you understand? So an aggressive trader decide to go for 20x leverage, 15x leverage, and they also decide, okay, since this colleague has been able to go for 20x leverage, 15x leverage, let me also go for 15x leverage with my $10 capital. You see, you see where your downfall begins. This person is an aggressive trader, he's a radical trader, and he is so passionate and confident about the risk he takes. You maybe you went to borrow the money. Maybe your uncle gave you the money. Maybe that money is your last money. Instead of you to find what suits you, you also following that person. Why will you follow such a person? Eh? Why will you follow such a person to make such a wrong decision? Listen, to him, it is the best decision he could ever make. But to you, that wouldn't be the best decision for you. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? To him, that would be the best decision for him. But to you, that wouldn't be the best decision for you. That is it. So you should understand radical trader. We also have what we call conservative trader. Now, a conservative trader is the type of trader who is risk averse. He's not much afraid, so he always want to find a ways to maximize profits by reducing risk, yet maximizing profits. So he's always taking time to make simple decisions or good decisions in the market. Do you get it? Maybe you don't have more money. You want to find a way to grow your money. Listen, you don't have more money. You want to find a way to grow your money. Someone is going for a take profit of 5%, 4%, 3%. Then you two also going for the same take profit. No, no, no. That is very bad. So a conservative trader cannot take huge risk, and he manages risk. Okay, he manages his what? His risk. And then we also have steady trader. Now, when we talk of a steady trader, that is, this person is very fearful but want to take risk. This person is very fearful but want to take risk. So he always finds ways and means to control his risk by not taking huge risk. Okay, this person is fearful about his risk, and he's always fearful about his risk, and he always want to find ways to reduce his risk. So among all these three categories of traders, you know yourself. You should know yourself and know what you want. Maybe you are a radical trader. Maybe you are a conservative trader. Maybe you are a steady trader. Look, sometimes one thing that you know is that there are certain meme coins. A radical trader would decide to go on them, and it's okay. If you were a steady trader, you wouldn't jump on such meme coin. Listen to me. If you were a steady trader or conservative trader, you wouldn't decide to go on such a meme coin. That is the idea. Because the radical trader is so passionate and confident about the decision he is making. What about you? You may not find yourself in such situation. So you wouldn't like to do that. Why would you even make that decision in the first place? Now, the next thing that can help you if you want to maximize profits and stay cool in your zone, don't trade because other people are making profit. Don't trade because others are making profit. Like I stated earlier, don't trade because others are making what? Profit. Look, I am saying this because I don't want to be hearing things like I am liquidated, because this evening I'm going to give you the best solutions. Even though we may not be able to provide you all the solutions, because life in itself cannot provide us good things all the time. We also need bad things in order for us to grow. Hmm? So this evening, in our lesson, I'm going to provide you some of the key ways that you can maximize profits by also reduce what? Liquidation, right? So now, don't trade because others are trading and making profits. Don't trade because others are making profits. Listen to this. Don't trade because others are making profits. Now, I started earlier, I told you that know what you want. Know what you want. Listen, someone joined the market. You set up two trade, or you set up a trade with your bangwa bangwa strategy. Now, with your strategy, you've been able to make your first capital was, let's say, $20. You've been able to make $2 in the market with your bangwa bangwa strategy. Now you join again, you've been able to make $3, making $5. Instead of you to close the day, end your day. Now, because you saw your friend posting his profits, in the market or on the platform, yes. Okay, then there is a signal on the platform again. I also want to go there and trade. Now you went there, your capital is too small, or anyway, your greed exposed. Let me tell you something. In the futures market, the more you make profits, the more the spirit of greediness in you begin to grow. The more you make profits, the more the spirit of greediness in you begins to grow. Some of you, that is your downfall. That is your greatest downfall. The more you are making the profits, the more your greed spirit also grows. So now you've been able to make $5 a day. You've made $2. This $2 is not enough for you. This $2 is not enough. Now you are thinking of how you make $5. This $5 didn't become enough. Now you've been able to make $10 today. Instead of you to end the trade, because your friend is still trading and making profits. Okay, then let me also jump into the market. And to this market today, I'm going to kill the market. That will be the most dangerous thing you will do. That will be the most dangerous decision you will make. Because you've made $10 and you are making profits. There. Look, it is better for you to maximize your profits by holding on to a profit anytime you make a particular profit. If you make $3 a day and that is enough for you, stop the trading. Wait for another day. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? I'm here alone. Are we learning? You see, because you are not happy with what I'm saying, because you just want to use a day to build your dream house. You just want to use a day to build all your dream house. So you are not happy with what I'm saying. But you need to hear this. Before I give you the clues, you need to hear this first. Before I give you the clue, you need to hear this first. Before I give you the clue, you need to hear this first. Yes, you need to hear this first before I give you the clues. Hmm? Very good. So don't just jump into the market making profits. We are making profits. We are making profit. We are making profit. The next thing you see, I'm liquidated. I'm liquidated. And why is it that Royalty don't bring this solution of liquidation? Why is it that the Royalty don't bring this solution of liquidation? My brother, you see, It's because you refuse to control your profits. You made profit instead of you to end the day. Now your greediness increased, and then look at what has happened to you. Hmm? Today, I'm charging the market. I'm charging the market. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you. Let me tell you one thing. If you want to make profit in this market using Royal Kill, the best thing that you can do is to follow rules, be able to maximize profit by knowing your appetite, your profit appetite. If it is $1, make $1. Look, let me tell you, if you are making $1 daily for 100 days, you know how much it is? If you are making $1 daily for 100 days, if you are making $1 daily for 100 days, hmm? Eh? If you are making $1 daily for 100 days, do you know how much it is? If you are making $5 daily for 100 days, do you know how much it is? If you are making $500 daily for 100 days, do you know how much it is? You see, if you can understand this, you will feel free and have your peace of mind to enjoy money in Royal Kill. To enjoy money in Royal Kill. The Bangwa Bangwa strategy is always here. So go for it once and go home. Don't always sleep on the Bangwa Bangwa strategy. Go for it once and go home. What do I mean by go for it once and go home? You've used your Bangwa Bangwa strategy. You've made profit. You've made $2. You've made $10. You've made $20. You've made $30. Oh, my brother, it's okay. You want to sleep on the Bangwa Bangwa strategy from morning to evening. My brother. Hey, hey, my brother. Wait for liquidation. Liquidation will be your friend. Yes. You see, me, let me tell you something. Royal K is making things simple for us. Royal Q is making things simple for us. If you can learn and understand this, you make profits without stress. Liquidation will be something be at the back of your gate, your backyard. You will never hear of it. Liquidation will be something like a word at your backyard. Your backyard. You will never mention it in your dictionary. Even though it exists, it is real. If only if you know yourself and take whatever lesson that you are supposed to take and then listen to whatever we are sharing this evening. Now, some of you, so you've made your profits, get out of the market, go and rest. You are done for the day. A trader is not supposed to trade the whole day. Listen, a trader, Royal Q executes trade for you. You don't need to trade the whole day. Set your trade, let it close for you, go and rest. You are done for the day. Ah, don't you understand what we call time freedom? Hmm? Some of you, you've turned yourself into police. Now you want to do things on your own. Hmm. All right. Now, the next thing that I'll talk about before we move on to how to apply margin calls in your trading and also how to use trigger stop loss in your trading. Now, what you also need to understand is that what you also need to understand is that one win doesn't make you a genius. One win doesn't make you a genius. Listen, one win doesn't make you a genius. Some of you, as your trade gets sold, the world should carry you along. You want to carry the whole world. You want to carry the whole world. One win doesn't make you a genius. Take your time and grow. Take your time and do what? And grow. Take your time and grow. Am I loud and clear? Someone is saying volume is low. Someone is saying volume is low. Am I loud and clear? Am I loud and clear? If I'm loud and clear, give me one on the chat. If I'm loud and clear, give me one in the chat. If I'm loud and clear, give me one in the chat. All right, very good. I'm loud and clear. Now, you also need patience to continue your trading. Some of you, you are too fearful. You set up a trade, small time you go and check it. Small time you go and check it. Hey, what is happening to my trade? What is happening to my trade? Hey, I'm getting liquidation. you've not checked your liquidation price. Take your time and let the boat work. You will set up a trade. The market will always not go in your favor before it comes in your favor. Listen, the market will always not go in your favor before it comes in your favor. Listen to me. The market will always not go in your favor before it comes in your favor. So if you set up a trade, allow the trade to be in the market for the boat to execute the profit for you. Some of you set up a trade. The market is going down. The market is going down. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm a leader. Why? Why? You need patience to make profits in the market. You need patience to make profits in the market. Some of you, you don't even get liquidated though. Yourself, you begin to create noise in the spirit of liquidation before you even get liquidated. Some of you, you begin to create noise in the spirit of liquidation before you get liquidated. Once you set up the trade and the market begins to go against you small, hey, my trader, I'm going on liquidation. The market is going against me. The market is going against me. Take your time. Take your time and allow the market to work. Take your time and allow the market to work. Take your time and allow the market to work. Right? If you can do this, you will always be happy and make good profits and go your way. If you always do this, you will always be happy and make profits before you go your way. Now, listen, listen. Now, how do you maximize profits on the futures market? How do you maximize profit on the futures market? This is going to be a lesson we are going to discuss for time. My screen is visible. How do you maximize profits in the futures market? Now, assuming you have a capital of, let's say, $50. You have a capital of, let's say, $50. I'm going to start from $50. Okay? I'm going to start from $50. You have a capital of $50. God has blessed you enough. You have a capital of $50. My first advice to you, divide the capital into two. Divide the capital into two. Divide the capital into two. So, divide the capital into two. You have $50 divided by two. That is going to give you $25. $25. 25 USDT. Divide the capital into two. Pay attention and listen to this. Divide the capital into two. This two capital or this capital has been divided into two, and you can use this $25 to trade one coin first. You can use this $25 to trade one coin first. Now, how do you use this $25 to trade one coin and yet make profit? How do you use this $25 to trade one coin and yet make profit? Now, come to Royal Kill. Come to Royal Kill, get an asset, or the asset that has been given to you. Come to Royal Kill, get an asset. After you get the asset, you know that anytime you set up a trade, let's assume you use a leverage of, let's say, 10x. If you use a leverage of 10x, this simply means that this $25 that you are going to use to trade, it is not all the $25 that will be ventured into the market. Listen, that is going to be used as your margin. How many of you are aware of this? If you see, let's say, 50 on Royal Kill, it simply means that it's 50 divided by 10. That is your leverage. How many of you are aware of this? 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 Are you aware of this? Listen, you go into the market with 50, you see a position amount of $50. When you go to your Binance account, it's not $50 that is going to be there. That is 50 divided by 10, because 10 is your leverage. So 50 divided by 10 is going to be what? It's going to be 5. It simply means that, let me see, 50 divided by that is going to give you 5, if I'm right. 50 divided by 10. That is going to give you 5. It simply means that 5 USDT is what is going to be your margin. So you are not using all the what? All the $25 to trade in the market. Even you are not using all the $25 to trade in the market. You are just using 5 USDT. How many of you are aware of this? How many of you are aware of this? How many of you are aware of this? Now listen, don't take time to explain this to you. Listen, you go into the market with a leverage of 10x or a leverage of 5x. So if you go into the market with a leverage of 10x, this simply means that if you make your position size 50 on Royal Kill, it simply means that in your leverage, sorry, because of the leverage you are using as 10x, you are just using an actual money of what? Of 5 USDT. 5 USDT and no longer 50 USDT, or no longer your capital, which is 25 USDT. This simply means that you have $20 as a remaining capital. You have $20 as a remaining what? Remaining capital. You have $20 as a remaining capital. So pay attention and listen to what I'm coming to share with you here. Do you understand? It's because, listen, very good. Listen, come here on Royal Kill. Let's go to Royal Kill. Let's go to Royal Kill. You need to understand this very well. You need to understand this very well. Now, listen, as you come to Royal Kill, this is your futures. This is your what? Your futures. So let's assume you get any coin here. Assume you get any coin here. So click on create. Now, click on trade settings. Manually create. Now, as you can see 41 ICX. 41 at ICX. Okay. So let's assume that 41 ICX is equivalent to 5 USDT or 5.04 USDT. 41 ICX is equivalent to 5.043 USDT. So let's assume you want to increase it to 4, that is 50 USDT. This simply means that over here you are seeing 50 because of, so let's take a leverage of 10. Let's take a leverage of 10. Let's take a leverage of 10. Let's take a leverage of what? A leverage of 10x. Now, as you see 10x here, let me click on confirm. Let me click on confirm. I'll still cancel this trade, but I'm going to use this trade to teach you something. I'm going to use this trade to teach you what? To teach you something. So come here. So let's assume this is 410. Okay, that is 50 USDT. 50 USDT. I'm going to use this to teach you something here. So pay attention. So now click on save. Click on save. Now, as you click on save here, click on activate. I will close this trade back, but listen to me. I'll close this trade back, but listen to me. But listen to me. Now, come here. This is a trade. You are seeing 50 USDT. Where from the position amount is 50. Where from the 50, that is times your leverage, which is 10x. Okay. So when you go into your actual what do we call your exchange, instead of you seeing, so come to futures. Come to futures. Can you see margin as 5.0 here? 5.04. This 5.04, that is your original position amount, which is 50. Your original position amount, which is 50, divided by 10. That is what gave you the. So when you multiply times 5 times what? Times 10, which is going to give you 50. So 50 becomes your position size or your position amount. 50 becomes your position amount, while the 5 becomes your margin. 50 becomes your position amount, while the 5 becomes your margin. Do you understand? Do you understand this? Do you understand? Do you understand? If you understand, give me one in the chat. If you understand, give me one in the chat. If you understand, give me one in the chat. If you understand, give me one in the chat. Very good. Very good. Now we have a lot to learn this evening. So um now come here. What we are saying is simple. You come into the exchange. This is the trade. Where is it? This is the trade itself. This is 57. This 57, the reason why over here in your exchange, where is the exchange? You are seeing this. Where is it? The reason why you are seeing 5.7 USDT. That is your margin. The original money or the collateral amount that you are using to trade is 5.7. The 5.7, now you can see that your original money, which is 57 USDT. 57 what? USDT. Sorry, 57 USD. That is the position size or the position amount. So it simply means that in an actual sense, if you want to know your position size, that is the 10 multiplied by the original margin, which is 5.7. 5.7. So multiply 5.7 and you are going to get what? 5.7. 5.7. So 5.7 times 10. That is going to give you 57. That is going to give you a 57. So it simply means that when you come here, you are seeing 57 here. You get it? When you come here, you are seeing 57 here. That's clear. So 57 becomes your position amount, while the 5 USDT becomes your what? Your margin amount. So it simply means that in an actual sense, you are not using all the 25 USDT to trade, but rather you are using 5 USDT. Is that clear? 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 Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, now, come here. After seeing this, you have your $20 remain. Mind you, all the capital is what? Your original money was $50. Pay attention and listen to me. Your original money, all your money you have in your Binance account is $50. $50. I said divide it into two. Divide your money into two. After dividing this money into two, this is what you are going to do. After dividing this money into two, you are going to use 20% of the money. So you divided this into two, which is going to give you $25. $25. You are going to use 20% of this $25 as your first buy amount. You are going to use this 20% of this $25. This simply means that you are not going to use all the $50 to trade, but you are going to use 20% of this 25 USDT as your first buy amount. So let's see, 20% of 25. So 25 times 20%. That is going to give you 5. That is going to give you what? 5. That is going to give you what? 5. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Have we used 8? We will not use 8 here. Do you understand what we are saying? Do you understand? So over here, listen, your capital. In order for you to manage your capital, make profits, and go in peace, this is the reason why we are applying this. So over here, mind you, you have your bangwa bangwa strategy, which comes with 1%. Okay, which comes with 1%. So all what you are come to do is that all your money that you have, you are not going to use all the money to go into the market. Divide the money into two. After dividing it into two, take one of the money, get 20% of that divided money. So if it is $25, So you are going to use 20% of $25. 20% of what? Of $25, which is going to give you $5, which is going to give you what? $5. So it simply means that you are just going to use 5 USDT as your first buy in amount. It will be your first buy in amount. It's 50. Your position amount is going to be what? It's going to be 50. Then 5 USDT is going to be your first buy in amount. It simply means you are going to use $20 to buy the margin. To buy the margin. To buy the what? The margin. Do you understand this? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Now listen. Listen. You are here to maximize profits and then also minimize losses. You are here to maximize profits and then also minimize what? Losses. So you are not going in the market with all your $50, which is all your family money, which is all the money you have in your life, which is all the money that you have in your account. Listen, listen, my brother. Listen, you are not going in the market with all the money you have, which is all your life savings, which is all your life savings. You are not going to do that. Are you with me? That is the reason why you are not going in the market with all your $50, which is all your money in your Binance account or in your exchange. So you are just using 20%, 20% of that money. After dividing your total money into two, you are just using 20% of the money here to venture into the market as your first buy amount. Then you use the 80% of it as your margin. You use the 80% of that money as your margin. So you come to your margin configuration. You come to your margin configuration. Where is the trade? So you come here, margin configuration. You are going to do this before you set up the trade. Pay attention. You are going to do this before you set up the trade. So you come to your margin. Now on margin, you have 10x here. Sorry, you have 10 margin call limits. You have 10 margin call limits. So click on margin configuration. Click on margin configuration. So you can change your call drop to be 0.5. 0.5 from the first call to the last call, 0.5, 0.5 throughout. Now, what does the 0.5 simply means? Market drop 5%. 5% times 0.5. Okay. 0.5 times your leverage, which is what? Which is 10. That is going to give you 5. It simply means that anytime the asset drops 5% in value, anytime the asset drops 5% in value, you are going to buy part of the trade or part of your margin again. Part of your trade or part of your margin what again. So 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Please, do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Yes, Bangwa Bangwa strategy. Yeah, we are moving. We move. Yes, we move. Do you understand what we are saying here? This is very simple. You see, me, I'm not here to complicate anything. I'm here to go forward to understand what you need to do. Uh, so now you have 0.5. You come to your multiple buying ratio. Your multiple buying ratio. So you decide with your $20, you have $20. The $20, how many margin calls can it buy? You get it. So you decide on the number of margin calls your remaining capital can do what can buy. Decide the number of margin calls the remaining capital can buy. But before you decide on the margin calls, don't forget to know this. Don't forget to know this. Before you decide on the margin call, am I loud and clear on the line? Am I loud and clear on the line? Am I loud and clear on the line? Very good. Very good. Before you decide on the margin calls, listen. Very good. Very good. If you said not really, check your network. Check your network, my brother. So before you decide on the margin calls to open, know that every asset has its own limit value that you can enter as your first buy or as your entry. So for instance, come here. Let's go back. Let's go back to another trade. You take this trade. What I'm trying to mean here is that as you come here, if you look at first buy amount here, the minimum entry is 5 USDT. The minimum entry is 5 USDT. This simply means whenever you are doing your margin call, whenever you're opening the margin calls, you cannot enter an asset value below 5 USDT. Do you scope? You cannot enter an asset below 5 USDT. Do you scope? Do you scope? Do you scope? Very good. Very good. Very good. This simply means that before you think of opening margin calls, don't do any calculation which will go below the minimum entry you are supposed to enter in the market. Don't calculate any value that will go below the minimum entry you are supposed to do enter in the market. This simply means that for you to select your margin call limit, you need to check on the capital. So mind you, we have $20. Our capital was $25. We've used $5 as our first buy amount. It simply means that we are going to use $20 to open margin calls. It simply means we are going to use $20 to open margin calls. So let's assume if we are to go for 5 margin call, it simply means that it's going to be 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5, which is going to give us what? 5, if I'm right. Or sorry, is it 5? Let's see, 20 divided by 5 is going to give you 4. Sorry, 20 divided by 5 is going to give you 4. This simply means that aside the first buy amount, which you've entered as 5, the rest of the figures can be below 4. Okay, can be 4. It can be what? It can be 4. So when you come here, where is the margin call limit? So it simply means that you can open, where is it? It simply means you can open 5 margin calls with your $20 capital remaining. So when you come here, it is 5. So that is going to give you that value. So 0.5 here, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Then you come here, because your first entry was 1. Now you need to do that calculation. So if it is 1, it simply means every buy you are buying $5 from, that is divided by 5. So 1. The next one too is $1. The next one too is $1. So it simply means at every drop you are buying $5 in addition, making what? $20, right? Making $20. So you confirm here. Now you have your strategy here. So the most important thing here is not all about the margin call, but how you were able to divide your capital such that you will not enter into the market with all your money. Such that you not enter into the market with all your money. That is the most important thing, because liquidation is real. Because liquidation is real. Because liquidation is what? Is real. So this time that you enter the market with your 5 USD, that is your first buy amount. The next buy is going to be 5. The next buy is going to be 5. So your $20 gets finished in the market. So your $20 gets finished in the market. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Oh, okay, 4. Sorry, 4. Okay. So do you understand this? If you understand this, give me 1 in the chat. If you understand this, give me 1 in the chat. If you understand this, give me 1 in the chat. If you understand this, give me one in the chat. So you see, this is not difficult. For you not, in order not for you to go into the market with all your money, just know the limit. If you have $100, if you have $100, first 100 divided by 2, where is it? Divided by 2, that is going to give you 50. Okay, that is going to give you 50. So if you want to go into the market now, everything you are going to work out is going to be based on the $50. Everything you are going to work out is going to be based on the $50. So 20% of the $50. So 50 times 20%, that is going to give you 10. That is going to give you 10. It simply means $10 is going to be your first buy amount. Then you use the $40. You use the what? The $40 as your margin call to open margin calls in the what? In the market. You use the $40 to open what? Margin calls in the market. So it simply means you are going to use the $40 to open margin calls in the what? In the market. Whilst you use $10 as your first buy what? In amount. Is this difficult? 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 So the leverage money comes in after you've set up everything. So after selecting the leverage, since that money is your first buy amount, that's multiplied by your first buy, which is 10, multiplied by your leverage, which is 10, is going to give you 100. Do you get it? So it simply means anytime you are choosing the leverage and then your position size, it's going to be based on your what? On your margin. This is simple. Okay, you don't understand, right? So, but you said what? I'll answer the question, but hold on. So, but why divide? Because we need profit. You see, you see, you see, this person, he never understood all the language I started speaking here. You see, no one is saying you don't need profit. No one is saying you don't need profit. You see, okay, no problem. Don't listen until you listen. You will be hit by whatever is supposed to be hit you. So don't worry. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, the next thing that I want to talk about, which is very, very important. The next thing that I want to talk about, which is very, very important here. The next thing that I want to talk about, which is very, very important here. Now, I've seen a lot of people. One thing that when it comes to the futures market is that one thing that is here is that you cannot run away from what we call liquidation, but you can control your liquidation. Listen, liquidation is real. You cannot run away from liquidation, but you can control what we call liquidation. You can control your liquidation. And in Royal Kill, I'm going to teach you how you are going to control your liquidation. I'm going to teach you how you are going to control your liquidation. Now, listen, this is going to be an important discussion here. This is going to be an important discussion here. So, as we are proceeding, if you don't understand anything, drink water first. If you don't understand anything, drink water first to open your third mind, your third brain, your third oblongata, for you to be able to listen and learn. Listen, we are moving on to another thing here that is very, very important here. How you can control liquidation. How you can control liquidation. Listen, you can't prevent liquidation. You can't prevent liquidation, but you can manage your risk. You can't prevent liquidation, but you can manage your risk. So the next part that we are going to move on to is very, very important. It's very, very important. And you need to drink water. Drink water first and sit up. Drink water first and do what? And sit up. Drink water first and sit up. Then I can drink small whiskey. Fine. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. I'll answer all the questions. Take your time. I'll answer all the questions. Now, this is something small, but a very smart move. Another smart move to control your risk of liquidation. Another smart move, control your risk of what? Of liquidation. Another smart move to control your risk of what? Of liquidation. Listen, there is what we call trigger price in trading. There is what we call trigger price in trading. Trigger price. There is what we call trigger price in trading. Listen, this trigger price is mostly available and important in almost parts, both directions of the market. This trigger price is most it's available in most directions of the market. It's available in your take profits. It's available in your margin calls and every part. So you will always be seeing trigger price. Now, when we talk of trigger price, what is it? When we talk of trigger price, what is it? When we talk of trigger price, this is simple. That is a price at which a particular trade is going to be buy or is going to be sold or is going to be exited out of the market. Listen, so let's assume you have two trades. Let me go straight to Royal Kill. Let me go straight to Royal Kill. Let me go straight to Royal Kill. Pay attention. Let me go straight to Royal Kill. Now, come here. Look at this trade. Look at this trade. Let's scroll down. We have take profit triggering price. Take profit triggering price. So when you see the take profit triggering price, it simply means that we have 0.1204. 0.1204. This simply means that are we on short or long on this asset? Are we on short or long on this asset? Are we on short or long on this asset? Tell me. Are we on short or long on this particular asset? Tell me. Are we on short or long on this particular asset? Very good. Very good. Oh, where am I? Okay. So, very good. Very good. We are on short here. Listen, this simply means that when the asset drops to 0. Now, this is the current price. What's the current price of this asset? Look at the current price and drop it. Look at the current price now. That is 0.1230. 0.1230. That is the current price of this asset now. That is the current price of this asset. So when we say the average price, it simply means that when this asset drops from 0.1230 to 0.1204, we are going to make profit. We are going to do what? Make profit. Our take profit will be triggered. So it simply means our trade is going to be sold around 0.1204. Around 0.1204. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Listen, our take profit trigger price is 0.04. Sorry, 0.1204. So 0.1204. And then our current price is what? Is 0. Let me see, 0.1229. Presently 0.1229. This is the current price. Okay. This is the current price. This simply means that when the asset drops from this angle to this point, 0.1204, our profit will be triggered, the assets will be triggered for profit. Okay, will be triggered for profit. Now listen, in this case, we could find a possible way to ensure that we can also give it a trigger stop loss. When we say a trigger stop loss, this simply means that when actually in an actual sense, listen, in an actual sense, when we say a stop loss, When we say a stop loss, those who are complaining and Royal Kill couldn't provide a stop loss. I mean, look, let me tell you, write to them, write to Royal Kill, and stop complaining. But then, also then, follow this. When we say a stop loss, in an actual sense, this simply means that when the price drops or rise to a particular point that you think you don't want to wait for liquidation, your trade will be exited out of the market at that particular price, either in loss or in profit. It will be exited. You will be exit out of the market. Do you understand what we are saying? So let's assume you have a stop loss of, let's say this is a stop loss of um 0.1204. This simply means when the price drops to 0.1204, automatically your trade will close. Irrespective of the losses you've made, your trade will close. Do you understand this? If you understand, give me one in the chat. If you understand, give me one in the chat. If you understand what I'm saying, give me one in the chat. If you understand what I'm saying, give me one in the chat. So that is all about the meaning of stop loss. So when people say, Henry did not provide stop loss, Henry did not provide stop loss, it's because you see, if you don't understand the principles at which trade is being done, that will be all. No, listen. Liquidation happens. Listen to me. There is a difference between a stop loss and a liquidation. Liquidation will happen to you by losing all the money, okay? Because the market has dipped or has dropped or has hit against you too much that it has loaded all your capital, and yet it is not triggering for profit. But when we say a stop loss, it is a particular price. When we say a stop loss, it is a particular price or a trigger stop loss. It is a particular price where your trade will be triggered out of the market. Either you are in profit or you are in loss. So let's assume this is the price 0.1204. When the price drops to this point, even though your liquidation price may be 0.0001, but you only want the exit out of the market at 0.1204. This simply means when the market drops from 0.1204, automatically you'll be out of the market. Automatically you'll be out of the market. This simply means not all your money is going to be in loss, but you're going to lose part of your money, but not all your money, based on stop loss conditions. That is the meaning of how stop loss work. If you understand this, give me one in the chat. If you understand this, give me one in the chat. If you understand this, give me one in the chat. If you understand this, give me one in the chat. Very good. So now, if you want to prevent liquidation or if you want to reduce liquidation, because in an actual sense, when the liquidation happens, it simply means you are going to lose all the money. In an actual sense, when the liquidation happens, it simply means I say go and drink water. If it is confusing, you go and drink water. If it is confusing, you go and drink water. So in an actual sense, you have lose all your money when liquidation happens. But if you set that trigger price, you wouldn't lose all the money. But when the market drops to that level, automatically you'll be exit out of the market. So take your time. You are learning, you are rushing. Hmm? We are learning, you are rushing. How do we set a trigger price? We are still learning. Eh? Take your time. We are still learning, you are rushing. Hmm? So if you are able to get this clue very simple, now this will help you. You wouldn't hit liquidation, but you'll be out of the market, even though not in profit, but a little loss. But liquidation wouldn't happen to you. Is that clear? Is that clear? We are still learning. Take your time. Very good. Now, how do we do that? So over here, now you've seen trigger price. Now you've seen your trigger price. You've also seen your liquidation price. You've seen your trigger price. You've also seen your liquidation price. How do you work on take profit trigger price too? So, or stop loss trigger price. So this is your in an actual sense. This 0.205 is your what? Is your take profit trigger price. So how do you set up a stop loss trigger price too? So click on close. Now, as you click on close, look at this. As you click on close, we have trigger price, that is buy at market price after reaching the trigger price. Buy at market price after reaching the trigger price. So you come here, listen, you come here, you click on please enter trigger price. So looking at this trade, this is the average price. The average price is 0.1230. And then the current price is 0.234. 0.2, 0.1234. 0.1234. Can you see it on my screen? Can you see it on my screen? Can you see it on my screen? Can you see that on my screen? Can you see that on my screen? This is it. Now, so we are on short. This simply means that the more the asset is rising, the more the market goes against us. Since we are on short, the more the asset is rising, the more the market goes against us. So if we come here, let's assume this is the current price is 1234. 1234. This simply means that if we set up a stop loss of or a trigger stop loss of, let's say, 0.1345. 0.1345. This means when the assets rise to 0.1345, the trade will be triggered to exit automatic. Do you understand this? So you click on 100%. Look at this. Now, have you seen that when I clicked on 100%, they said estimated sell profit will be 0. What? 6.1141 USDT. This means when the market trigger to this particular price, this is where automatically I will be exited. That is the loss I will make in the market, or I will make in the market. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Are we learning? Do you understand this? If you don't understand this, you need to drink water. If you don't understand this, you need to drink water, my brother. If you don't understand this, if you don't understand this, you need to drink water. If you don't look at, you see this, you see this man. Hmm. If you don't understand this, you need to drink water. Hmm. Ah, Bangwa Bangwa strategy is going to be sweet this time round. Okay, now don't come here to confuse yourself. I'm not here to confuse anyone, so you yourself don't confuse yourself. Go and drink water. If there is no logic here, go and drink water to get logic yourself. Hmm? If there is no logic here, go and drink water yourself to get logic. Listen, what we are saying is simple. This is your trade. Come here. Let me go back. You see, let me come here again. This is your trade. Okay. You set up this trade. You are on short. You are on what? On short. This means when the market is rising, anytime the market rise, it goes against you. True or false? Anytime the market rise, it goes against you. True or false? You are on short. This Anytime the market rise, it goes against you, true or false? True or false? You are on short. Anytime the market rise, it goes against you, true or false? Let me see if you are following the lesson very well. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, what we are saying is this: we always have a trigger price, a trigger take profit, a trigger take profit for every trade that we set. Okay. We always have a trigger take profit for every single trade. Once you set up a trade, there is a trigger price. Take profit trigger price. So what we are saying is that you can also set a take profit trigger stop. This simply means that when the market rise to this particular point, automatically you would like to close the trade. When the market rise to a particular point, automatically the trade should be closed. It should be triggered. That is where you want to close your trade. Hmm? That is where you want to close your trade. Do you get it? This means it is not going to wait for the liquidation price to be triggered for you to be liquidated, but rather the closing trigger price. But rather the closing trigger price. Do you understand? Before I move on to Royal King, for you to see everything. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Do you understand? Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, let's go. Let's continue then. If you understand, let's continue. If you understand, let's continue. So, if you scroll down here, you are seeing your take profit triggering price, take profit triggering price, and then we also have margin call triggering price, margin call triggering price. You also have your liquidation price here. What we are saying is that if you click on close, now as you click on close here, it simply means you are about to close this trade. If you click on market price, it simply means that the trade should be closed at the exact market price of the asset. Do you understand that? It simply means the trade should be closed at the exact market price of the asset. Do you understand that? If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. Very good. Very good. Now we can proceed. Now we can proceed. So the next thing is over here we have market price and then trigger price. So click on here. So let me click on cancel and then click on close again. So when you come here, you see that we have trigger. They said trigger price. Buy at market price after reaching the trigger price. Buy at market price after reaching the trigger price. So now the current price of the asset is 0.1239. 0.1239. And then my loss is what? It's 0.8. 0.8. Hmm? Sorry, my take profit percent at loss is 0.72%. 0.72%. So if I come here and I enter amount here, for instance, the current price is 0.1240. So if I choose to enter 0.1320 here, it simply means when the assets rise to 0.1320, I will be exited out of the market based on the percentage that I use. So if all my 100% capital should be exit, automatically this is what the losses I'm going to have. It simply means when the market rise to 0.1320, I'm going to lose 4.7841 USDT. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Very good. Now, if you understand this, I'm done for the day. Once you understand this, I'm done for the day. Once you understand this, I'm done for the day. I'm going to go over the last time. Okay? I'm going to go over the last time. Now, this is going to work on both long and short. This is going to work on both long and short. This simply means that the trade wouldn't be waiting for liquidation to hit you before you be exited out of the market. Do you get it? You are not going to be out of the market whilst your trade is being liquidated, but instead once that the trigger buying price get triggered automatically, that is the profit or the loss you are going to be hit out of the market. Do you understand? Exactly. So that, look at your liquidation price. So now this is very simple. This is very simple. So this is your liquidation price. It simply means in an actual sense you will be liquidated at a price of 0.5736. Let's do something here. Let's look at liquidation price of um 0.3576. Come here, click on close, enter it at your trigger price. That is 0.3576. Then enter 100%. This is the loss. This is the loss you are going to accumulate. This is the total loss. That is just 1%. Okay, this is the loss you are going to do accumulate. This is the loss you are going to accumulate. That is if the total asset is sold in loss, when the asset drops to 0.3576, this is your liquidation price. Did you see that I picked this as the liquidation price? How many of you saw this? This is the liquidation price I picked. Did you see that? Did you see that? This means when the trade gets liquidated, that is what the amount of money you are going to lose. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Yes, drink more water. Drink more water. You want to make money. Making money is not for the weak. Yes. You want to make money, but making money is not for the weak. That is the truth. Making money is not for the weak. Making money is not for the weak. Yes. You need to understand that. Making money is not for the weak at all. At all, at all, at all. You see, guys, I'll have to hold on because it's getting late and a lot of people are going out of the meeting. If God permits, Wednesday, we have to turn over again. Okay, this is getting interesting. The pressure is increasing. Hmm? The pressure is what? Is increasing. The pressure is increasing. This is simple. Okay, look, me, I don't like complicating lessons. I don't like complicating lessons. This lesson is something simple and brief. To understand this, you have your peace of mind. Hmm? If you understand this, you have your peace of mind. Because it's getting late, I want to give you the opportunity to ask questions instead. If God permits, Wednesday morning, Wednesday morning, this session will be repeated. If God permits, Wednesday morning, this session will be repeated. If God permits, Wednesday morning, this session will be repeated. So let me give you the opportunity to ask your questions so that I can give you answers. Then, Wednesday morning, this session will be repeated. All right. So take note of this lesson. Take note of this lesson to be repeated because it's late. It's late. It's late. Yes. So yes. 9 o'clock a.m. East African time, 9 o'clock a.m. East African time, and then also 7 o'clock a.m. Greenwich Meridian time, that is Ghana time, and then also 8 o'clock a.m. Nigerian time. Okay, so prepare for that. Prepare for that. So let me give you the opportunity to ask your questions instead. You see, this lesson is simple. Okay. All right. So let me see if there are any hand up. Okay, so I have one hand up, two hands are up now. Okay, so Steven, you've been asked on mute. Ask your question.
Thank you for the lesson. Just a quick one that I've realized while trying out the features. Usually the initial the initial liquidation price, say 0.51, is usually high. When it buys like the first margin call or second, definitely by default the average price reduces. But I kind of
Yeah.
noticed that also the liquidation price comes closer. Is that right?
Yes, it's not
So,
always.
for instance, if
It's
it's
not
like
it's not always.
okay, okay,
Yeah, it's not always. Sometimes so it depends on the assets. Yes, sometimes it depends on the assets.
okay,
Yeah. All right.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so um Kate, you've been asked to unmute, ask your question. You've been asked to unmute, ask your question.
Good evening, my leader. Thank you so much for the training section. I learned. Please, my question is this. I'm only having $20 capital. I'm asked, and I want to trade only on long because the capital is very small. So I don't know the possibility. Is it possible to trade without margin?
All right. So with $20 capital, I don't encourage to open margin calls. Just go in the market with what you have. If it's $20, open position according to your $20 capital.
Okay, what I
Open.
noticed, I doing it. What I noticed without margin call, because the margin call position, I now put 0 there, but the robot didn't accept it. So I was wondering what will happen. And two observations I made. Since I wanted to, this link is great.
Your line is breaking. Hello, your line is breaking.
Oh, that is serious. Is it better now?
Now, yes, it's better now. I'm listening to you.
Okay. The long not highlighted. I tried tapping on it. It was better. I want long.
Now, hold on. What you need to get it clear is that it's good to decide on which direction to go, but it's good to know what the market is providing. If the market is going on shorts, or if the market is dropping, you cannot decide to go on long. We trade according to the trend of the market, not according to our own trend. We trade according to the trend of the market, not according to our own trend. When the market is saying, when the market is presenting opportunity for us to short, we short. When the market is presenting opportunity for us to long, we long. For instance, today, for instance, you see that the markets rise a little bit, which was very flashy, and then all of a sudden you realize that it begins to drop. You get it? So we see where the greatest opportunity lies. So in our banga strategy that we are using, we trade according to the trend of the market. We don't trade against the trend of the market. Is that clear?
I understood that because the capital is small, so that is the worry there.
All right. So that is what I'm telling you. So take note of that. The fact that the capital is small doesn't mean that just trade on any trend without looking at where the market is presenting opportunities. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, so the next person, Desmond. You've been asked to unmute, ask your question. Hello, Desmond. You've been asked to unmute, ask your question.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. My question is on the margin call, and this concept you are trying to teach us this evening on stop loss, how to put stop loss. Is there still need for us to put the margin call if we can set this limit where we can exit the market? Because what it means is that we can pre-calculate the loss we can endure and set it.
All right. Yes. So in both sides, margin calls work. Either you want to use the trigger stop loss, it works. Whilst opening margin calls to it works.
Okay, but is it wise to do the two?
Pardon?
I said, is it wise to do the two? To open margin
Now, the
call
most
and at the
important
same
thing
time?
there is that margin calls would always be the best as compared to going for a trigger stop loss. Now, the trigger stop loss has been implemented today because of the too much complaints. Do you get me? But I've always taught you, and whenever I'm teaching you, you could remember I've been stressing on how Royal could trade using smart traders concepts.
Yes.
And the smart traders concept, it's wise and smart decision to go on wider market by opening margin calls to maximize more profits than just finding a way to exit out of the market with loss. Because Royal Q always uses the martingale strategy and then other strategies to ensure that traders will be able to maximize profits even when the market is going against them. That is the idea.
Okay.
And then for the sake of panic and fear, it's good for us to also teach the other side of it. If they can implement it, it will help them too. All right.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to confirm.
All right. So the next person, we have Mentor Billy. Okay, so you've been asked to unmute. Ask your question.
Yeah, yes, brother. Thanks for the meeting. Yeah, for me, my question. Yeah, like in sport, when you sell at loss, they charge you a lot of fuel fee. Even here, when you sell at loss, do they charge you fuel fee? And always in sport, when you sell at loss, the robots say abnormal sell. Does it also the same thing like here?
I don't get your question. Come again.
Yeah, in sport, when you sell at loss, they charge you a lot of fuel fee. You get? Is it the same thing?
Let me correct you. If you sell your trade at loss, fuel fee is not charged. If you sell your trade at loss, fuel fee is not charged. Fuel fee is only charged when a trader makes profit. Fuel fee is only charged when profit is made. That is when fuel fee is charged. So you don't fuel fee is not charged when you sell your trading at loss. Take notice of that. So proceed to ask your question.
But in sport, when you sell at loss, they always charge fuel fee.
Pardon?
In sport wallet, like in sport trading, when you sell at loss, they charge a lot of fuel fee. They charge you fuel fee.
It's never true, my dear. The whole platform is here, and everyone can answer that question. When you sell your trade at loss, fuel fee is not charged. Royal Q only charges fuel fee when you make profit. It's a win-win situation, not loss situation. So you only fuel fee is deducted when you make profit. When you sell your trade at loss, fuel fee is not deducted. Take notice of that. So don't get confused.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the next person. Oh, okay. So okay. So Noah, let me take last two questions. You've been asked to unmute.
Thank you very much. Just a quick one. I understand when long is when the market goes up, of course, there is rise in price and we make profits. So could you just briefly explain how does short works? Short. Thank you.
Come again. Come again with your question.
Longing is when the market goes up. I understand that. But
Mhm.
what happens when we short?
All right. So when the market drops, you make profits. So shorting simply means that you are buying high and selling low, and longing simply means you are buying low and selling high. It's just vice versa. It's the opposite of the other.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So last person, Crypto Alex, you've been asked to unmute. So ask your question. The last person for tonight, it's 8 o'clock and very late in other countries.
Thank you, my
All right.
leader.
So
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. My question is when we want to close the trade by loss, is it
Mhm.
possible to put the average price as the trigger price and confirm?
He said, is it true to do what?
Is it better they can allow to put the average price? If you see like the market have already went against you and
Mm-hmm.
is going to reach the liquidation price. Is it better to put the average price and we click on 100% and then stop the trade? They consider that
Now,
the
mm-hmm.
they consider
I'm
that
listening.
that amount from the percentage for the average price, right?
Now, the thing is that when the
Uh-huh,
when liquidation price exists in the market,
uh-huh,
you should be liquidated. Okay. So far as the market keeps going against you. But when you
uh-huh,
use the average price at which you bought the asset, when you enter the average price at which you bought the asset there, and the market happens to drop to the average price, that is when you'll be exited out of the market. But let's
uh-huh,
assume the liquidation price is more than the average price. This simply means the market would easily hit the liquidation price before getting back to the average price, which means you'll be liquidated. So it is not advisable to use the average price to enter the average price as your trigger price, as your stop trigger price. But instead, it is better to know. You see, the stop trigger price, the reason why we are implementing the stop trigger price here is that at a point in time, you just don't want to get liquidated and lose all the money. You get it?
uh-huh,
So you
uh-huh.
are setting up a particular price at which, when the price gets to that particular point, whatever amount you've lost is enough for you to get out of the market. It's simple as that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Very good. So that is how the trigger stop loss works. So it is not something that it's so complicated. It's just like you want to minimize your losses. You get it? You don't want situation where all your liquidation price or the liquidation price will be triggered for you to lose all the money. But instead,
Be,
you are setting a particular price whereby even
uh-huh.
if when the market is going against you and it gets to that point, the trade should be closed automatic for you to remain some of your capital. All
So
right.
I said when I want to sell by loss, and when they said please enter the trigger price, if I put the average price and click on 100 and confirm, they will consider that amount from the percentage
Yeah, so when you enter the average price and then
average price. Right?
Okay, so when you
enter
enter the average
the
price
average
there,
price and they confirm and they leave the market.
listen, any price you enter there, being in the
Yes.
average price, current price, once it's
Uh-huh.
triggered, the condition is triggered. Do you get it?
Yes.
Once that condition is triggered, automatically it will be you'll be exited out of the market.
Okay. Now I understand. The now average price is not among them.
Very good. So that is it. All right. So
Okay.
I think that is
Thank
all.
you.
If God permits, Wednesday we will still do further lesson on that, and I'll amplify it more for everyone to understand. So don't worry. Go and rest and wait for me. If God permits, Wednesday we shall still continue.
So my next question.
I'm listening.
In so in the future, uh, how many hours we can wait a thread to finish? Is it what 24
Pardon?
hours or 48 hours?
Come again.
Is it possible? Is it good to go more than 24 hours in a trade in the future, right?
All right. Trade and profit is always determined by price movements. So if price move
Yes.
very fast, you make profit very fast. When price moves very slow, you make profits at a slow pace. That is it. So profits and losses is always determined by the price movement. So if the price is moving slow within 48 hours, your profit will be determined within that period of 48 hours. So it depends on the price movement, right? Okay.
Yes. But it's better to check the liquidated price always.
Yes. Yes. All right. So I think that is all. Okay. So go and prepare. If God permits, Wednesday we will meet again.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. So guys, I think that is all. So yes, it's 10 p.m. in South Africa and it's very late. I think that is all what we will do this evening. That is all what we are going to do this evening. If God permits, Wednesday we are going to meet again. Yes, I'm very exhausted. So I also need to rest. It's 8 p.m. in Ghana. And I'm sure it's already 11 p.m. Okay, 11 p.m. in East Africa. 11 p.m. in East Africa, which is very late. So by this time, I'm sure my colleagues in East Africa are already asleep, and we are not going to waste their sleep and then also disturb them. So please, let's end here if God permits. Wednesday we are going to meet again. I wish you all the best in your trading journey and happy earning for the weekends. Enjoy more trading whilst you trade with care and make good profits using the Bangwa Bangwa strategy. Using the what? The Bangwa Bangwa strategy. All right. God bless you and have a wonderful good night. Okay. Bye bye.